and welcome back to another episode of Wet Whistles. We survived the weekend. We're here bringing you guys some great content. I hope everybody's been watching a lot of March Madness. I hope those of you in Massachusetts are enjoying the bets. And we have a lot to get to. We're going to touch on a little bit of UFC. We had 286 happen. That was big.
Real big.
As we speak right now, the World Baseball, whatever, what's
Championship?
World.
I don't know if that's what it's called, but
the final game is tonight between the U.S. and Japan, so we'll give you guys some live updates on that. What else?
that's
pretty
basically
much
what's it.
Yeah.
We got UFC, we got the baseball controversy.
Maybe we'll give you guys some picks.
March Madness
plan for the week.
Yeah, I mean we don't want the episode to be 4 hours long, so you know.
But let's just kick it off. Talk about how our weeks went and what we did. What bets we might have won on that were big, or what bets we might have lost on. You can kick us off, Mark. Go ahead.
My week has been good. Work has been slow, which actually worked out for me because normally I don't like it because, it makes my day drag or whatever. But because March Madness was on, I was able to just kind of chill and watch that and bet on that. So I did well with that overall with March Madness. I'm definitely way in the green. I made pretty good money. Nothing crazy, but pretty good money on that. And on the regular front, everything's good at home. My daughter she's about to be 8 months here soon, so she's kind of in between sleep schedules. She normally, sometimes she'll sleep 8 hours through the night, and then sometimes she'll sleep 5 and then wake up. And I'm like, oh my God. But the way that my schedule works is that I get home at 12, I shower, relax, it's 1 or 2, and that's when she wakes up. And then she wants to be up. And then I don't go to bed until 3.
She wakes up
3.
at 1 or 2?
Sometimes.
Does she go back to bed with you when you go to bed?
Well, that's my point, is that even before I go upstairs to go to bed, I'll just be chilling watching. I was watching The Mandalorian, and I hear her, she starts crying, so I go upstairs, as I knew Asia had work in the morning. But my point is that I get home, and I'm relaxing, getting ready to go to bed, and then before I can go to bed, she gets up, and then, at 3 o'clock or whatever, I got to get up at 6, so I get 3 hours of sleep. But now it seems that she's getting back on her regular schedule, which is good, so I'm happy about that. Overall, a great week. We'll get into the betting in a few minutes, but everything's been good for sure.
Good. For me, it was good. Work was good. I feel like it flew by, to be honest. Let's see, what did I do? I've been taking care of the yard at home, trying to clean up what the previous homeowner left behind. So we're talking leaves, sticks, maybe a 20th century vault I haven't discovered yet.
Lots of burns.
I did. The reason I bring that up is I dug up a bunch of stones, huge stones. I'm doing this. It's not like this. There was a couple that were this big, but then there was a couple that were probably 6 foot long. And I pulled them up. I used the shovel, and my little brother was helping me. And then there was one dude that was literally the size of the foundation of a shed, cemented into the ground. I'm like, I can't dig that up. We have to fill the dirt back on top of it. So now I have an issue where I have the foundation of a shed in my backyard, and I don't know if grass is gonna grow.
But why were you digging in general?
Well, I knew those stones were there when I bought the house, and I wanted to get them out of there. So the one area where I knew they were is fine, and I'm gonna I have all the dirt back, and I'm gonna plant grass seed there. But that area,
I mean, if that shit's that far down, I wouldn't worry about it. You already got what you needed to get.
Yeah,
I
already put the dirt back on it, dude. I'm just gonna put some seed on it. And
pack it in, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I also don't want to discover an ancient burial ground or something, and then
a fucking tomb.
Sell the house.
All right, that wouldn't be good. On to the next one.
But yeah. Besides dealing with that, I placed a few bets, lost a couple bets. I mean, I was hot at the beginning of the week. I don't even remember what
You
I was
were
betting on.
you were 100%. I'm
I was
like,
like 21-4 going into like Monday, and then the beginning of the week. I'm talking like I was hot like Sunday night and Monday, and then Tuesdays when like my week started to slip away, which was I feel like when I should probably be winning more than losing, but whatever.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I didn't have the greatest week. But hey, baseball starts in 2 weeks. I think I'm going to be pretty good at that. I know a lot of the baseball
So
players in the team.
within the past, so since we last recorded, Scott and I hit a plus 1,000 for Joey Logano winning.
I forgot, dude. Why
Thank
we both
you.
forgot that? Yep,
Yep, we won
1,000.
that. So that was a big come up for us.
We might know a thing or two about burning rubber.
Yeah, burning rubber, fucking shredding up the grass, taking the high lane.
Let me know
a
if you
little
ever
bit
want to
of
talk spoilers. Hit me up in the
Yeah.
DMs.
a little bit of a push, you know what I mean?
Little
Top
bit of a
side,
7-inch spoiler.
7 Ford. No, but anyways, yeah, he actually, I don't know how we ended up landing on that, but we did, and Joey won, and he won in a dramatic fashion, so it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, I also, when the UFC 286 happened, I hit some, I knew it was happening, and I was at work, so I didn't know how busy it was going to be. So I was like, okay, let me just make up, because I know the UFC fighters for the main cards at least. I mean, the prelims, no, but for the main card, I'm like, okay, I'll make a little bit of a parlay. I kind of know these people, and I picked who I thought was going to win, and normally it wouldn't be that dramatic, but what was dramatic about it is that I took a couple of the same legs in two different sportsbook apps, but then my final leg to hit the bet that I made, one of them was Usman by decision, and then the other one was Edwards money line. So, those had hit, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, both of these are on the last leg. I
Mark was
need to
hedging
get
against
into.
himself the whole night.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to get into these sports books, and I just need to cash them out because, I mean, I'm gonna win. I thought that Usman was gonna win by, like some way, whether it was decision or whether it was, a finish or whatever. I'm like, I just need to make sure that I can get this money, and I don't lose anything, or don't risk anything. So then I'm like, I go into both sportsbooks and I can't cash either of them out. So I'm like calling Scott. I'm like, dude, I'm freaking out. Oh my god. And then Edwards ended up winning, which that was the first one I was gonna cancel. And I actually got a bigger payout for that, like a huge payout. It was like 3,400, 3,500. So I'm way up with that. And then with that money, I've been making money on March Madness, and hopefully we can keep it going. Me and Scott, we haven't spent a dime, and we're thousands of dollars up. So we're doing amazing right now.
Don't jinx us.
I know, for real.
All right.
Oh,
So
and next episode, Thursday was rough.
yeah, next episode, the madness has finally arrived.
We have a
For real.
one-bedroom apartment, 2 guys.
Here's our PayPals.
For real.
All right. What do you want to start with? You want to just start by 3-1 Japan.
They won.
No, it's bottom of the 5th. You know that kid that the Red Sox got is on that team? Yoshi?
Yeah.
Yoshida?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sold on him yet. I don't care about
I saw him
that.
crank a fucking... He took a pitcher to the opposite field in like the bottom of the 8th to take the league.
No, it was the 9th, wasn't it?
Oh, it might
Like
have been the
it was
9th.
like a walk-off or whatever.
Something like that. But he like where I guess like where he normally is what? He's a lefty, right? But I think he pulls it to right field and he fucking almost cranked a home run
To be honest with you, I have no idea. I really don't. All I know is that everyone in Boston keeps talking about him, and I'm like that's great, but not saying that there's no competition at this tournament, but like until he's in a Red Sox uniform and performing for us, like I don't care what he does there.
Yeah,
I really do not.
I feel you. Yeah, because I mean
Uh,
we've been burned by those kind of players before, like Dice
you
K.
know, all it takes is I don't know what position he plays like when we're not batting, but um, I mean, all it takes is for him to go like try to field the ground ball and just fucking, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
But let's just see what he can do then. I mean, yeah, obviously it's a great sign. I'm optimistic, but I'm not going to be like talking high. Like a lot of these people are like, you just wait, just wait. Just wait for what? We have no sample size. We don't know what the hell he can do. I mean, the best players, most of the best players in the world aren't participating in this whatever you want to call it, World Baseball Classic. Like they're not there. So when he gets to the MLB, it's going to be a different show. But yeah, no, I'm definitely rooting for him. He's part of the Red Sox. I was wearing a Red Sox shirt yesterday. I want him to do well.
Hell yeah.
But am I sitting here like, oh, this is a guy I need to buy a jersey from? He's going to be amazing
Not
just because
yet,
he hit
but if he does
home
blow
run?
up
Yeah.
and they have fucking, if we go to a Sox game, dude, and there's people like holding up Yoshi, like the character Yoshi from Mario,
Yeah.
that would be lit. Or like the Green Monster, and they somehow incorporate Yoshi. All right, I'm
Yeah.
getting too far ahead of myself, but anyways.
Yep. There's a guy at my work. We got a big ass locker room because there's like a ton of employees that I work with, and this whole locker, for whatever reason, is just dedicated to Dice K. He's got like bumper stickers and stickers all over his fucking locker about Dice K. I'm like, dude, that was so long ago. You would think you would have like taken a razor blade to that shit and fucking renewed these stickers with someone else.
Oh man, I came out to my car after work the other day, and this guy was sitting in his car waiting to leave, and he's like, I meant to ask you like a while ago, but what is Viva La Stool? You know what I said? I said it's the Wet Whistles podcast. Go check it out on YouTube. No, I'm like, it's Barstool Sports, bro.
One day. Oh yeah, speaking of Dave Portnoy, I'll bring it up, but I don't know if you saw his video. I mean, we'll kind of get into it a little bit, but when Fairleigh Dickinson was beating Florida Atlantic University, and he posted a video, and he was like about them versus Tennessee or whatever, and he was like, they're too slow. He was like, he's like, bring on these old men. They don't have the speed. Like, it was so fucking funny, bro. Like that was like vintage Dave Portnoy, where he's just fired up about the game. He loves it. He picked a team and he's riding with them. He doesn't care. I
Dude,
love that shit.
Best part of that whole March Madness weekend was watching PFT fucking rooting for Purdue, or like he had no choice.
Yeah. He bet him -14. They're like down 20 every single basket. He's like, it's like, you're not, dude. Just you're out, dude. You're out. They need to score 25 unanswered points for you to win this fucking thing. God damn.
All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about the madness since we're already there. Give me a game that shocked you last week.
Round of 32. All right, I got it pulled up.
Any round. Just give me a game that shocked you. We haven't talked since the tournament started. Just give me like, what was your biggest?
Well, obviously Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the obvious choice, but I mean, I would like to think about that a little bit because it goes back to Dave Portnoy. He was saying on the Mike Titus show, and Mike Titus, I'm sure you know who he is. He's a big college basketball guy. He now works for Barstool, but before that, he was known as like a big basketball guy, and he was laughing because he got signed with Barstool, and then they sent him to how they do the live streams for like these big tournaments and these big games and stuff.
Yeah.
They sent him there, and he was like, I was laughing so hard at Dave because Dave was yelling the whole time, and he was saying they're too small, they're too fast, and he's like, when have you ever heard someone like yell that in basketball? Like, when has like shortness like been an advantage? And it really was because they were swarming all of their players. They're the smallest team in all of Division One basketball, NCAA, and it was just crazy to see. It really was. And why Purdue didn't just pass Zach Edey the ball the whole time? Because the guy's like, I don't know how tall he is. I think he's like 7 feet tall. Like I'm like not even like joking. I really think he is. Let me see if I got this right here. He's 7'4". Like he could have just passed him the ball the whole time, but for whatever reason they had a different game plan.
Everybody. It was fucking insane.
Dude, but I mean, it only happened one time before, and when you're looking at our brackets, 1 versus 16 was 1 in 48, and it happened this time around, and it happened against.
I think we could probably get a clip when we were making the bracket. I remember word for word. I'm like, we got any 16s beating any ones? And Mark goes, why would we do that, dude? That never happens. I'm like,
That's legit.
I'm like, yeah, all right, fine. So we moved on.
Moving on, yeah. I mean, can you blame me though? It's only happened once in fucking years, but yeah, it happened, and it was fucking electric, man. And when we'll talk about that after. But when it went into the next game, like it didn't feel like a fluke, because they were in the next game after that.
Yeah. They were riding that high for sure.
Another game. So am I just going through like the early games that shocked me, like the upsets, and then we'll go into
just touch on the big games, and I'll comment on them with you.
Okay, so yeah, obviously Princeton. Who did Princeton beat? I forget. I watched so many fucking games. Princeton beat Arizona. Yeah, when I first filled out the bracket for like before March Madness even started, I had Arizona winning, but then I ended up switching. But I thought Princeton had no chance to beat Arizona, not at all. And if you listen to our prior podcast, one thing that Scott and I spoke about a little bit was that Arizona relies on one of their best players. I forget his name. I watch so much basketball. I don't remember, but if that kid doesn't score, then it's up to literally the rest of the team. And if they don't score, then they're fucked. You know what I mean? A lot of the times, the wins that they've gotten is that kid scoring and kind of carrying the team. And he did not score, and neither did the people that needed to pick up for him. And Princeton won that. And Princeton, and that's not against them. It's not like saying Arizona played a bad game, so Princeton won. No, Princeton played like very good offense. And we'll talk about the next game in a few. I don't want to bounce around too much, but yeah, that first round was crazy.
Princeton game was awesome, and I mean they're still in it, so.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people, when it comes to those Ivy League schools, they kind of count them out, and I don't think they need to be counted out like anymore, because a lot of the times, like when they see this talent that they can get, and especially where like because Princeton like advancing how they are now is going to want those like smart kids that are good basketball players to start going there, because they know they have a chance to hit the tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through this shit. Here we go. TCU, UConn, St. Mary's.
How about the Arkansas-Kansas game?
Oh, okay. I'm looking in the very back of the bracket. I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, I'm just touching on all of them because we had a whole.
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah. I think we had that in our bracket, didn't we?
Arkansas beating Kansas. I can pull it up.
Pretty sure.
Actually, I'll just pull it up on my phone. Save myself the fingers.
I'm like damn near positive that we did.
But yeah, what is it? Musselman taking his fucking shirt off. That was legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Legendary.
Yeah. So another big thing that we missed is Furman versus Virginia.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
Is that was probably
we called that.
We did, yeah. We predicted that. We picked Furman.
The Paladins never go down in the first round.
But just the way that they won it, And then Scott, I don't know if you saw today on Twitter. I don't know the gentleman's name, but if you heard his voice, you would know who he was.
Ooh, wait,
Like
can I
he,
just say?
huh?
Can I just say one thing real quick? Sorry to interrupt you. We have that whole side of the bracket perfect. That region,
Which one?
the Arkansas bracket.
You
Yeah,
do?
yeah, we do. We have Arkansas versus UConn, and we had Gonzaga versus UCLA.
Yeah, because we're like that.
Yeah.
But did you see the call from the guy from Furman? Like what
I'm
they did
trying to.
was they focused the camera on actually the game, and then they focused it on the broadcasting table, and they showed like his reaction to everything happening as he broadcasted it, like through, the TV and through the radio.
I don't
And
think I
oh
saw
my
that.
fucking god, dude, I was getting chills. I'm like, this is why they do this shit. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
But it was honestly like it was really cool to see. Memphis, FAU. I knew that was going to be close. I wouldn't call that really an upset. Like that was just a close game. Michigan State won.
Yeah,
What else we got?
Tom Izzo.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. March. Yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty much good. I mean, Florida beat Indiana, but like that's only one seed difference. Like, not too big of a deal. So I think we're pretty much at a point besides Princeton where it's like, I mean, FAU beat FDU, so yeah, they're a lower seed, but we're pretty much at the point where it's like the best seeds won. And Marquette versus Michigan State. Michigan State, I think they were too big. I think they were hitting too many shots. I think they were too well coached. Marquette was just way undermatched, and I think they were way overrated. I did have Marquette for the money line. I did think they were going to win, but once Michigan State came out and I saw the offense that they were playing and how Marquette like just seemed like timid, like I was like okay. And then Izzo, I remember seeing Izzo and he was just fired out. Like it showed him on the camera, and he was like, they were going back on a defensive possession, and
Yeah,
he
he
looked
was
at his boys
fired
and
up.
he was like, let's fucking go. And I'm like, I've never seen Izzo like that. I'm like, they're about to fucking tear these kids apart. I'm like, this is about to be bad.
Then the Kansas
Um,
State Kentucky
and
game. I just
then
want to say I called that one.
yeah, no, I picked it, didn't I? What was it you?
I've been riding high on Kansas State. You might have agreed with me.
Yeah, no, yeah. I even got him. I got him for this Michigan State game too.
I love those jerseys that they have. The fucking like, well, I don't think the jerseys were a different color, but the shirts that the guys were wearing on the sideline, the like, I think it was like the breast cancer purple, but it was fucking
Yeah.
great.
So now we
Los
got it all
Angeles.
pulled up here. We got what? This is the. Wait, do I have it? Hold on, let me make sure I got it right. Oh, what the fuck, dude?
What are you saying? Who do we what?
No, I had the bracket pulled up in front of me. I just accidentally backed up from it. 1 second, because I just want to because we're gonna move into that one next, like kind of predictions, right?
Yeah, I want to pull it up too. I've just been going off the scores.
So basically, me and Scott, what happened was we live in Massachusetts. Betting came out. March Madness dropped. Him and I made a bunch of money, and then we had from what is it, Scott? It's like it stops Sunday and then it begins Thursday. Yeah, so it begins Thursday, and
Yeah,
we
Thursday
wanted
to
to take a little
Sunday, and
break. So
then
like, we've just been betting on like we're from Boston, so we've been betting on like the Celtics and Bruins and stuff. Like we haven't been doing like 18 bets a day like I was before or whatever. So now it's actually good to like relax on the pod and see what's up for this. I got a couple things in mind for parlays and stuff. I might bet them tonight live on the pod. We'll see. Let's pull this up real quick
all right.
and see.
I got mine pulled up. I'm ready to rock.
Here we go.
All the first four teams are out now, right? Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Kansas, Michigan. Yeah, I got it. So you can start whenever you want. I'm ready.
All right. Where do you want to start? Just up at the top.
Yeah, whatever works.
First game in the what region is this? South. Alabama, San Diego. I think if I was gonna place a bet right now, I'd probably put it on Alabama. I think they're just the safe pick.
I think that Alabama definitely has a chance to lose this game. I think that if San Diego starts hot, then they might fall behind and they might try to, get it back in the second half, and they can't necessarily get up with San Diego State. But with the pressure of the Sweet 16 and everything surrounding Alabama and those guys just trying to have camaraderie and rally the locker room, I'm taking Alabama, 100%.
Um, that game's in Kentucky, isn't that like close to fucking Alabama?
What do they move the sites?
No, it says yeah. They moved the sites this week. Yeah, from last week. This game's in at the
Oh, I have no.
KFC Dome
I
Center.
didn't check. I have no idea where they are.
It's in Louisville.
Yeah, that ain't gonna matter because fucking San Diego is way across the country. But like I said, I do think San Diego can beat them if they come out like hitting shots. That's why I'm scared about the parlay that I'm gonna talk about, but I think I'm gonna bet it anyways.
It's not far from Alabama. I'm not that stupid.
What between Alabama and?
And Louisville. It's actually pretty damn close.
Yeah, no. I said San Diego State was far.
No,
away.
no, no. I'm just thinking. I'm like thinking
Oh,
how close
okay.
it is. It's literally all you do is drive through Tennessee, and you're in.
I'm like, I kind of know my states. I'm like, San Diego is definitely not close.
Yeah. So I mean, that place is gonna be all Alabama fans. You watch.
Wait, when you say it's close, what do you mean? Like, is it like a drive or is it you
Yeah,
need to
it's
take a plane?
here's Alabama, here's Tennessee, and then right.
Oh wait,
below
hold on, I gotta
Tennessee
pull up your
is
screen.
Louisville.
I'm looking at the bracket. My fault.
They're separated by Tennessee, and Tennessee is this skinny on the map.
So what? It's probably like a 4-hour drive, maybe
Yeah.
something like that.
Let's see. Louisville to Kentucky. An hour and a half.
Oh my God, there's gonna be so many people there. I'm taking Alabama.
Yeah, me
Facts.
too. Smash,
I'm literally putting 500 on that tonight.
smash the over. All right, next game, big game, for our friend Mike, Creighton, Princeton.
Mike said he thinks Princeton's gonna win. I think Creighton's gonna win. I think Creighton, just like FDU, just like all of the other teams that were like, okay, maybe they aren't what we think they are. I think that Creighton kind of humbles these guys. And do I think it's gonna be close? Yeah, probably. But do I think Creighton can pull out? Yes.
I think Princeton's already won. Like there.
Yeah, they they're like the fact no one thought they were gonna make it this far.
Yeah,
They
already
did.
won.
But I think that Creighton's going to end this, and I do think it's going to be close for a while, but I think Creighton will pull away at the end.
Yeah, I think Creighton finally, they've had a lot of years where they come up short at the end. They have good
Dude,
years. And then
against Baylor, bro, I'm like, this looks, honestly, their offense, because when you look at KenPom, it's like they have it listed. Baylor was supposed to have a better offense than them. Gonzaga was supposed to have a better offense than them. And they, like, when they were actually playing that shit, it looked so good. Like, Creighton, they scored, I don't even know how many points. Like, a shit ton. But they were hitting, like, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. I'm like, I can't fucking believe it. Here we go. Creighton basketball. They hit 85 points.
yeah,
That's fucking
85,
nuts,
76.
dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, and they looked real good against Baylor. Like, Baylor's not a bad team. It's not like a random ass team. I do think that Princeton's going to come out fired up. I do think that it could be close in the beginning, but I think that Creighton will pull away. I'm making that, Scott. You want me to live stream this? I'm putting 500 on this shit right now.
We believe you. You don't have to show us your bank account.
Here we
What was I
go.
going to say here? Oh, yeah, so that's the Salt. So,
Keep going, I'm ready.
wins those two games goes to the final for the South region. So these next games, they're in New York. First game up is FAU, Tennessee. Isn't
I
FAU
think.
or never mind, I'm not gonna say the person's name. Yeah,
Oh, that's gonna hurt me tomorrow, but that's fine.
I want to root for Tennessee so bad, dude, but I feel like this is gonna be one of the few upsets we get.
Um, I was thinking about adding them to my because I was calling it like an underdog parlay. I was thinking of adding them like money line, but I don't think I can add a money line. But I am comfortable adding them plus 5.5 because I don't think it's going to be plus 5.5. I don't like with the
What are you talking
momentum
about?
with the we're
FAU?
talking yeah for Bennett, yeah,
Yeah.
because they're plus 5.5 right now. So
Oh, all right.
so I'm not comfortable with them winning the game, but am I comfortable with them losing the game within 6 points? Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
100%.
say so too. I think that's gonna
So
be a close game.
so what I
Very
was trying to
close.
say is maybe we should do the underdog. Oh, they switched it now. Oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't. So it's Kansas State, Arkansas, and Florida Atlantic University, and it's like plus fucking 2,000. And I'm not talking money lines. So we'll get to those games, but Tennessee, Florida Atlantic. I think that Tennessee can blow the game in 2 seconds. I also think that Florida Atlantic can get in front and actually show what they're able to do. Because with Tennessee, with their offense, it's either one or I'm sorry, it's either 100 or it's zero. There's no in between. They're either scoring like crazy or they're not scoring at all. So we'll see what they decide to come with. Florida Atlantic's a great fucking team all around. They can play defense. They can, get the rebound. They can help each other out with assists. They can do anything. So that's why. I mean, think about this. Out of all the country, they have the most wins. They were tied with like two other people, but those other people lost. So
Like
they
30
are
something,
the
right?
one team left with the most wins left in the country.
Wasn't it like 30?
31.
31.
Um,
33.
I don't think they can beat Tennessee. I really don't. But I'm comfortable with taking them for 5.5 for sure.
Yeah, I think I am too. It's a good pick right there. I might have to lock it in before it changes.
Yeah, well, that's my underdog parlay here soon. We'll see.
Plus 2,000 is pretty good.
Mhm.
All right. Oh yeah, dude. Right when you were talking, my washer machine buzzed.
Mhm.
My heart dropped. I thought it was someone at my door. I'm like, who the fuck's at my door at 9:30? And I'm like, oh wait, no, it's my laundry.
Dude, I can't believe I just did that. That's fine. I just made a $500 bet on Creighton, Houston, and Alabama. Let's go. I planned on splitting it, but I guess we're not.
The only one that scares me would be Houston, but they are number one seed. So
Yeah, well, the same thing scares me about both of them is that if Miller doesn't come out for Alabama and score some points, they're fucked. If Sasser doesn't come out for Houston and score some points, they're fucked. So we'll see. Creighton, I think Creighton's gonna. I think Princeton might come out and make it a game just off adrenaline, and then once the adrenaline weighs off, and then Creighton's gonna win.
all right, next game, Battle of the States, Michigan State versus Kansas State. This game
I,
scares me for the future of Kansas State because Tom Izzo's on one, dude. He's gonna have these kids ready.
Yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree. Would I take these guys outright money line? Probably. I think they can shoot. I think they have very good offense. I think that they can definitely, as long as their defensive players are containing Michigan State's offensive players, I think they have a chance. Um, but I picked Kansas State to go to the Final Four, and I think they are going to go to the Final Four. So I'm gonna take them. Maybe plus 2, maybe plus 15. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, I still think Kansas State should probably win this game, if we're being completely honest. They are the
Now
better team.
could Tom Izzo come out with a fucking genius scheme that shuts Kansas State down?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. But we're just hoping for the best over here. 100%.
Oh
100%.
boy. Let me see here. Those are the two games in New York. So next up, I'll just move up Midwest. We got your boys, the Cougars of Houston, going up against Miami. The old Hurricanes, dude. That place was zooming. You had the fucking dudes in the hurricane costumes. That was fucking legendary.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mary was like, "Why do they look like pirates?" I'm like, "I don't know what they are. I think they're supposed to be hurricanes."
God, can you share your screen so I can see where you're going? I'm like trying to like scroll up and down. And I don't know where you're at. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I want Houston to win this. I think they do have a chance to lose it. I call it about 20% that they have a chance to lose. If Sasser gets hurt or he doesn't play well, they definitely have a chance to lose. Miami has good offense. They have big ass guards. They have everyone on Miami is big. Now, are they as technically inclined as Houston? No, I don't think so. I think that Houston, if they really are playing at their top notch, I think that Houston can win. They are smarter, they are faster, they are more athletic. They can score more. But that's on their best day.
Yeah.
I feel like on an average day, Miami might be able to win. So let's see what kind of day they want to come out with. I'm betting on Houston. I literally just bet it. I don't know why, but we're locked in. $500. We got it. But yeah, I'm ready to rock. I got Houston on that one.
All right. Let's see. What's next? This is getting good. Oh yeah, these games are in Kansas City, Missouri, by the way. All right,
So
next
these are
up
two.
is,
These are two of my favorite teams in college basketball. I love Xavier because I love Xavier. Like they like X and O's basketball. I think they always kind of run that type of like. When you learn basketball, you're gonna learn Xavier basketball because they're like, okay, big guy here. This guy comes up here. This guy blocks up here. They always run the traditional type play, and they don't always have a guy like, for example, Purdue had a guy that's 7'4" and he can't hit a fucking jump shot for his life. You know what I mean? Like I'll hit a jump shot before Zach Edey hits a fucking jump shot. All Zach Edey can do at 7'4" is put the fucking ball against the fucking
ball
square
goes
on the middle.
in who?
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting a little fired up, dude, because I you know what I mean. I love March Madness. I really do. I'm not sure who I'm gonna pick here, Scott. What do you think?
What the fuck is that noise? I'm gonna go with fucking the Longhorn Steakhouse.
I was just waiting for him to pick that. But yes, I did pick Longhorns as well. My personal bracket that I picked the Longhorns to win. As far as the Whistles podcast, we picked UCLA, and I also think they have a chance to win. These number one upsets have had a lot of trouble during this tournament, and I think that Longhorns can win, and I think that Alabama and Houston definitely have a chance to get upset.
And I mean,
That's kind of what I was trying to say. Is those two players that I made is that I'm not confident in this game. That's why I did not even include it in my bet. Now, would I take Texas money line for a very short amount of money? Yeah, but as far as including it in a very heavy parlay, no.
Yeah.
I can't. Because Xavier has such a fucking good offense that if Texas's defense like declines at all or kind of like looks around at all, then they're just gonna keep banging threes. They're gonna keep scoring points. You know what I mean?
Yep. The only thing that does scare me is everybody talking about Houston and Texas playing each other in Texas and like all that. I'm like, whenever people start like planning the parade before they win the championship, that's usually when things go wrong. So that's the only thing that scares me.
Well, who do you think there's more fans of? Longhorns or fucking
Longhorns.
Houston? Yeah, it's gonna be fucking no. They don't care about that. They're all gonna want the Longhorns to win.
Yeah, no, of course in this game, but I'm saying like
If they went to
I
Houston,
could see one of these teams going down, and then it wouldn't be a Houston versus Texas showdown.
no.
But who knows? All right, next game, Arkansas, UConn, dude.
No,
You
we're
got-
Arkansas, didn't we?
What? We haven't even talked about this game yet.
Oh, okay, my bad. I've been talking about so much with other people. I'm like so confused. Because I like spoke to different gamblers on Twitter and stuff, and I literally have been talking about this game for a minute. But I got the
This is probably the
Razorbacks.
best game on the whole slate.
I got the Razorbacks money line in a parlay, and I also have the Razorbacks spread wise.
Damn, he's going
Um,
against his UConn brothers.
But do I think that's a 100% bet? No. Do I think it's a risk? Yes, and that's why I'm taking it. Scott, I'm gonna put this on 1 second just to make sure my daughter's not up.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pick against the hometown heroes, to be honest. For me, it's tough. I love Musselman, but I want to see UConn go further. They're the only like local team that we have in this bracket left. So for me, it's a coin flip. I might actually flip a coin. I think Musselman is Mr. March, and he definitely knows how to get teams to the Sweet 16. But we're in the Elite Eight now. I mean, we're fighting for a spot in the Elite Eight. I think I'm gonna take. Wait, let me see. What's the over under for this game?
Yeah, did I tell you about my underdog parlay?
Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm. So I got Kansas State, which they're a 3 seed, and then Michigan State's a 7 seed. But when you go into the sports book, they're an underdog. So I took the points for the underdog for Kansas State, and then I took Arkansas outright because UConn's fucking killing it, but I do think Arkansas can beat them like during the right situation. And then Florida Atlantic, I don't think they're gonna win, probably not. But do I think they can cover 6 points? Yeah. So then you put all those three things together, and then it's like plus 1,200. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna do that. I already locked in another bet for 500. I mean, I guess we're ride or die. So I say we do that.
Yeah. So I don't know who I would pick for that game. I'd probably pick Arkansas plus 3.5 if I had to pick it right now, but we'll see what happens on game day.
Mm-hmm. How's that?
All right, last game, Gonzaga, UCLA.
This is the game I'm most scared for.
Yeah. I always said I think it's funny because Portnoy says Gonzaga's the worst team in the tournament. I think Gonzaga's probably the best team in the tournament, and
No,
I want
they're
UCLA
the
to win. So
they have
I'm
the best
pulling.
offense in the tournament. That's a fact. As far as their offense, I would say they're probably the best. UCLA, the thing is that they're top 5 defenses. So it's going to be an interesting game. I don't know whether it's going to be. So, Scott, I don't know if you noticed, like with the parlays that I made, UCLA Gonzaga didn't touch that. Texas versus whoever Texas is playing didn't touch that. There's a reason I didn't fucking touch those.
Yeah.
It's because that shit is too close. I maybe I'll take like a UCLA money line. But other than that, I'm good. I'm not taking any part of it. I'm not taking none of that.
Your mic's cutting in and out.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't know if it's
You
coming
can
up on
can you still
the
hear me
stream.
or no?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just it gets really low sometimes, and then we can't hear you. I thought it
Okay,
was
that's
just for
weird.
me for a second, but I'm seeing it on the volumes too.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, why don't we just end it in case it's like a little fucked up because we already did our pick
Yeah,
for
you
it.
sound like you're underwater. Um, I do want to touch on UFC though, real quick.
Okay.
We had a big fight card, and you had a big win.
Yeah. So, randomly, like I said, I know the UFC, but only on the main card, the people who have been fighting, and I just looked through. I said, oh, I know this guy.
All right, I'm gonna do everyone a favor, and we're just gonna call it because we can't hear you.
That's fine.
But yeah. So that's our March Madness. Look, real quick, give me your final four now with these teams. You have the bracket up, right? So you don't fuck it up region
Hold on,
wise.
let me look. Wait, stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by. Stand by, stand by, stand by. NCAA bracket.
Don't worry, I
Yes,
have to do the
please.
same thing. I exited mine out.
Everyone stand by. You guys look beautiful. You guys are the best people
I
ever.
think
We love you.
UCLA. I'm
Okay.
obviously gonna pick
Here we go.
because
Here we go.
we
Here we
have
go.
to with the wet whistles bracket.
Yeah, we need UCLA. We need that.
We're riding on UCLA, and then
I can't see the bracket, and I don't feel like doing this. So hopefully this works.
all right, I'm gonna do mine,
Um,
and then
Go
you
ahead.
tell me. You can compare it, and maybe it will help you jog your memory. All right, so in the South, I'm gonna pick Alabama. In the
Fair,
East, I'm gonna pick Kansas State.
fair.
In the West, I'm gonna pick UCLA, and in the Midwest, I'm gonna take the Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yo, we're ready. We're fucking ready. Oh my god, yo, boys. If my
Mark, they can't
parlay
hear you, dude.
hits,
They can't hear you.
if my parlay hits,
I think you're
we all
speaking in the
hit.
dead spot of the mic.
All right. Nothing's working.
What you're
It's all
witnessing
good.
here, guys, is Mike's getting a new microphone soon, and now you can see why.
How could you not hear me?
Cause I don't know if you're hitting a dead spot, and then like, it just you'll hear it on the recording because I'm not cutting this out. So. All right. Well. Are you hitting it? Yeah. Nothing. All right, guys. Well, that was Wet Whistles. Thank you guys for hanging out, and if you're watching on YouTube, oh yeah, I meant to say this earlier. If you are watching on YouTube, you can take us on the road and listen to us at work on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And if you're listening on the road, you can catch the video version on YouTube. So make sure to follow us on both so you can get the best of both worlds. But thank you guys for hanging out. We also have a Discord that we've been chatting it up in. You can find the information for all of that stuff underneath. So thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a pleasure. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we always do our best. See you guys next week.